Hello, friends. Welcome to day 9 of our 12 days of Yoga Joy. Today, we'll be moving through a gentle flow to support your mind and body to release any tension and any stress that maybe has been going on with the hustle and bustle of the season. We won't be using any props today, but you can always bring those in if you'd like. All right, our first pose is going to be a straddle pose. So, widening the legs. Root down through the back of your legs. Give a flex through your feet and then really feel the weight of the thighs to the floor. Take an inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. Exhale, lifting up out of the low back, rooting down through the sit bones and hips, bringing yourself into a fold here. Always just meeting the body where it's at, not trying to force it to go into a deep fold if it's not ready. And then always make sure that the knees and the toes don't roll in or out. We want to keep them facing up. And once you get settled into your fold, release the flex in the feet, giving some space for the muscles to relax a bit. And then maybe dropping chin to chest, inviting softness through the neck and shoulders. Just taking some nice, slow, deep breaths here. Sending the breath all the way down into the ribs, to the low back and belly. And setting an intention for yourself for this time, this practice to de-stress. Let go of any and all tension for the period of time that you are here on your mat in your practice. Taking one more breath, make it a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose, fill up the back, the belly. Open mouth, exhale, releasing that tension. Bringing the upper body back up. Let's take a pause. So root down through your sit bones, lift up through the crown of your head, soften through the shoulders. Cleansing breath. Good. Coming into an easy seated position. So bringing one leg in and then the other. Let's extend the arms out to the side. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, take a twist over to the right. Left hand, right knee, right hand back behind you. Root down, press down through the sit bones, through the hips. Lifting up as tall as you can, all the way up through the elongated spine, up out of the crown of your head. Maybe you turn your head to the back if that's okay in the neck. Press down through the shoulders. And releasing your twist, extend the arms out once again. Inhale. And then take your exhale over to the left. One more breath here. Untwisting. From here, we'll come onto our hands and knees into tabletop. So in tabletop, always making sure that your shoulders are stacked over the wrist, hips over the knees, fingers are spread nice and wide. And let's move through a few rounds of traditional cat and cow. So inhale, dropping the belly, reaching the heart forward, tailbone up. And then exhale, pressing it back into your cat, chin to chest. taking a few rounds on your own, really working out any tension, any stress here. Notice where the body may be holding tension. Utilizing the breath to help wash out that tension, move that out. Good. Taking one more flow here. Come into neutral spine. And now we're going to shift the body over to the right side. So you're going to shift your whole upper body, the rib cage, over to the right. And then you're going to drop the belly down, coming into our cow. And then lift the ribs up over to the left. And then up into your cat. So we're making this full circle here. Just a different wave, a different movement of cat and cow. And you can always over exaggerate this by bending the elbows and making it more of a real deep flow if that feels good for you. And then we'll come to reverse this. So then starting over to the left, down to the right, and up. Taking one more flow. Come back to tabletop neutral spine. Let's just work out the wrist. Take your right hand, make a fist, rotate through the wrist. And then switching to the left hand. Good. Both hands planted down. We're going to extend that right leg all the way back. Tuck the toes, press through the heel. Core's engaged, belly button to spine, nice and strong through the arms. Make sure your shoulders aren't up by your ears. Draw the shoulders down the back. Breathing here. Good. Now we're going to lift that right leg up slightly, send it over to the left. Toes are still tucked under. Press into that, or press through the heel, and then send your upper body over to the left. And then a nice side body stretch through that right side. Bring the upper body back to center. Lower your right knee down. Untuck the toes, coming down to the forearms. Nice deep stretch for the glutes, the hips, the IT band. Also the sciatica, the piriformis. And letting your head just be heavy here. Breathing. And if you've been practicing the previous 8 days with me, you know I have been bringing in some affirmations to our practice. So for today's practice, our affirmation is, I have it right here, as I release and let go of tension and stress, I make room for joy. As I release and let go of tension and stress, I make room for joy. Taking one more breath here. And now just lifting up your head. You're going to bring that right knee back over by the left, and we're going to shift the hips back, coming into a variation of child's pose here. So hips towards the heels. You can reach the hands out even further, really stretching through the arms, through the back, lowering forehead to mat. Breathing here. One more breath here. Coming back up into tabletop. Good. And now we're going to extend that left leg all the way back. Tuck the toes, press through the heel. Feeling into that stretch through the calf. Good. And then lifting that left leg, sending it over to the right. Keep the toes tucked, press through the heel. And then shifting the upper body over to the right. Hi, Gracie. Bringing your upper body back to center. Lower that left knee. Untuck the toes. Coming down onto the forearms here. Letting your head be heavy. Let's take one more breath here. Lifting the head up, we're going to bring that left knee back to the mat. And this time we're going to tuck the toes under, send the hips back towards the heels, and extend the arms out. Lowering forehead to mat. You can keep the arms active or you can soften them, whatever you feel you need here to help the body release stress. So we don't want to add any more stress. Stretching into the soles of the feet, getting into the hips, the glutes. Taking a big breath in, fill up your rib cage. Open mouth, exhale. Sliding the hands back slightly. We're going to transition into downward facing dog. So shifting your upper body forward, keeping the toes tucked under, lift the hips up and back. And just walking it out here. Making any movements that feel good here for you. Remember, your yoga practice is for you. I'm just simply here to guide you. And let's come to stillness. So letting the heels be heavy towards the floor. They don't have to come all the way to the floor. You can always have a nice micro bend or big bend in the knees if that feels good for you today. Pressing out of the wrist as you send your tailbone and hips up towards the sky. Heart towards the thighs. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Now pressing into that right foot, let's lift that left leg up nice and high, three-legged dog. And then bending the knee, opening up the hip. Trying to keep your shoulders aligned or even. One more breath here, just really stretching into that quad in the hip. And then we'll lower the left foot back to the mat. And then doing the same on the right side. So lifting that right leg up nice and high, bending the knee. Don't forget to breathe. And bringing your right foot back to your mat. Take a pause here in your downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Roll up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, and then we're going to lower the knees back down. Untuck the toes, come to sit back on the heels. Take a pause here, hands resting on the thighs. A gentle tuck of your tailbone. Take a cleansing breath. Opening the eyes, let's reach the hands back behind, clasping the fingers. Inhale, lengthen the arms as you draw the shoulder blades together, opening up the chest, press the shoulders down. Now holding here, or if you'd like to come into this a little deeper, coming into a fold over the knees and bringing the arms up with you as far as they can go. That's comfortable for the shoulders. Maybe you bring your forehead to the mat. And keep reaching up through the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together. One more breath here. Using your arms, squeezing them together to help bring the upper body back up. And then release the arms, resting the hands back on your thighs, feeling that nice chest opener in our heart space. Activating and sparking up our inner joy here. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful. Making our way to an easy seated pose. And let's just work out any tension that's been held in the neck. So sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale. Exhale. Drop right ear, right shoulder. Press that left shoulder down. And then slowly bring your head back up to center. And then let it fall over to the left. And then bringing the head back up to center. And now let's let the chin fall towards the chest. Making sure to sit up nice and tall. Draw the shoulders back and down. Taking a cleansing breath here. Bringing your head back up to center. Soften the shoulders even more. Let that tension go. Another cleansing breath. Extend the arms out to the side, palms facing up. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Palms of the hands come together. And then exhale, bringing the hands to the heart, bowing our heads. As I release and let go of tension and stress, I make room for joy. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for day 9. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you tomorrow for day 10.